It's so simple, easy, took almost no time at all, and I don't think I would have came up with this on my own. And what had happened was that I'm American and parents are losers. Sure, hopefully I got a raisin in there. Just some of that. Try the spaghetti. I think AI broke a little bit, and I don't think it's really my fault because I think the internet should know what I'm talking about. Hey peeps, welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew, and today we are going to see what AI has to offer us. Now, we are about a month out from Christmas, and we walked into Lidl the other day, and they had this 20-pence jar of spice brandy mincemeat. I love a good mincemeat pie, so I was not about to not buy that jar. It tastes pretty good. It tastes a lot like brandy, but I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? We've done mincemeat before, but what we haven't done is try to come up with something creative with mincemeat. Thus, we're going to bring AI in and see if we can get AI to give us a savory mincemeat pie filling recipe. This will be my first time using AI, so I honestly have no idea what's going to happen, but it never hurts to try. You should go ahead and like, subscribe down below, and let's get to see what AI has to offer us. So what had happened was that I'm American, and my first search, which is mincemeat, I forget that the rest of the world calls ground beef, ground pork, whatever, minced meat. So therefore, I was like, okay, since the mincemeat didn't work out, I'm going to put mincemeat pie filling into the search engine and see if it will register mincemeat pie filling. I think AI broke a little bit, and I don't think it's really my fault because I think the internet should know what I'm talking about when I put mincemeat pie filling into its little search engine. However, it didn't give us what we wanted at all. In the searches, I put mincemeat as 2 different words, but I went back, looked at the jar, and since it says mincemeat 1 word, I went back to a search engine and tried to put in mincemeat as 1 word, and it still did not work out for us. Nonetheless, we're going to still take this recipe that AI failed for us, and we're just going to go ahead and cook it up and see what's going to happen. I was a little disappointed with it adding so many extra ingredients. However, I happen to have most of them or a good alternative to those ingredients on hand. So I'm going to take the second recipe we came across and go ahead and make it into a savory, sweet mince pie filling dish. Instead of the minced meat, we're going to put minced meat. Now, we all know I can't put as much minced meat, I don't know how to say this. I can't put as much minced meat as the ground meat alternative that it wants me to. So I'm gonna have to wing that portion, but let's look at the recipe, get all our ingredients together, and start cooking up this interesting, delightful dish. Here is all our ingredients. I will say the best thing about AI is that it knows people don't want to spend all day in the kitchen, so the recipe actually seems pretty simple and straightforward. Let's get to cooking. We now have our spaghetti on boil, and now we're going to start sauteing our sauce down and getting that ready. The first thing it says is preheat your oven to 375. I don't have an oven. Well, I do have an oven. We're going to use the air fryer for that, so we don't need preheating. Next, we're going to heat olive oil in a medium heat pan, saute our onions and garlic down. How much olive oil does it say? I never follow recipes, by the way, so this is going to be a treat. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Medium heat. We're right almost in the middle. Wow. Now I have 2.5 seconds to cut up my onion. Yay! And our garlic. Let's check on our spaghetti. That's done. Okay, this is one of the substitutions that I'm going to do. I don't have beef stock, but I have a vegetable stock cube, so I'm going to use half of this and pasta water to make the sauce a little bit creamier and thicker. I'm not for sure. It says it's going to cook down, supposedly, but will it cook down that much? So I think the starch might help. Here's half our vegetable stock cube. And then I'm going to take just, it says a half a cup, so take a ladle and put that in there. Oh, I need a spoon. Dissolve that together, and then we're going to drain off our spaghetti. Hopefully our stuff's browning. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. Let's see if we have anything to drain this with. If you don't know, I don't live in my own house, and so I don't have a house. Let me rephrase that. I'm just using other people's stuff, so I have to always see what we have in the kitchen to see what we have to cook with. You'd think I'd prepare for that, but let's drain this off. Next, we need to zest our lemon and squeeze our juice into our broth. Zesting apparently is not easy whenever your lemon is already cut open, but I was working with already open ingredients. Ouch. I don't like zesters. They hurt. I would say we maybe got like a tablespoon of lemon zest from that lemon. Now we're going to squeeze the rest of the lemon into here. I think the seed just went in. I thought I took them all out, but here we are. We may have to fish out lemon seeds. What's new? Pussycat. Whoa, 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 whoa. No? Oh, I know a seed went in here. I just can't find it anymore. There we go. Found her. There's a little bit of lemon juice left, I'm sure, in here. We'll save it for our final dish and we'll just put it on top. Now we should add our mincemeat to our dish because that's what it said next. It said brown the mincemeat with salt, pepper, thyme, and rosemary. Oh no, I mixed my zest, but that's okay. I'll just put that in anyways. I think I'm going to go for a good heaping of this because I want to be able to taste it in the spaghetti. And I'm hoping that the lemon juice will counteract the mincemeat sweetness. And I'll also add some salt to our dish as it says here. So I want a good heap of this stuff. A little bit more for fun. And I'm sure that will brown up with the sugars really quickly. So I'm going to try to get this going as fast as I possibly can. Wow, it smells so good. The rosemary is like intensifying in that oil along with the thyme. Then you get the sweetness of the mincemeat. Wow. Lemon zest, a little bit of salt. Trying to counteract. Also, we'll have salt in the vegetable broth, so that's good. A little pepper. Then we're going to deglaze our pan with our vegetable and lemon juice stock. Woo! Spicy! Okay, we need to cut our Brussels sprouts in half. While that's simmering down, I'm going to do that real quick. Just turn it down to low. I'm going to put the lid on and let it simmer for a second while I cut my Brussels sprouts. We have these cut in half, and these are frozen, but they still need to be cooked some more. And AI tells us that we need to steam or saute our Brussels sprouts for 5 to 7 minutes. So what I'm going to do is just put these in the microwave for 3-4 minutes and just get them a little bit cooked so that when they go into the air fryer, they'll get nice crisp brown in a timely manner because everything is already hot. I think we'll go put these in the microwave and then put our other stuff together. Okay, let's give our sauce a little bit of a taste before we put the spaghetti in to make sure it's not overly sweet. I want to try to balance that out because I know it might be an issue. But it looks so nice. It smells absolutely delicious. That rosemary fresh just smells so good. Shockingly, it's salty. So I do not want to put any more salt on it, but I think it'll balance out with the spaghetti really nicely. The lemon just really takes over and cuts that sugar aspect of it. Let's add our spaghetti back in. It's a lump now. Try to get it mixed around in there. I'm going to finish stirring this and then we're going to go put our dish together. We have our filling and then we're just going to pour this into our little baking dish. This should be perfect for 2 people. We heat the broth Brussels sprouts up and they're pretty much done. I'm just gonna set them on top. Shockingly, we never have cheese in the house. The AI predicted that I have cheese somehow, and we actually have Parmesan cheese in the house, so I'm not gonna salt my Brussels sprouts any, and then I'm just gonna use Parmesan cheese as a topping to make it saltier. Let's see how fast I can get this done. I never thought I'd be putting Brussels sprouts on top of spaghetti casserole like this. It is an interesting thing to do, I will say that. That almost fit perfectly. The Brussels sprouts fit great. Now we're just gonna zest a little bit of our Parmesan cheese and throw her in the air fryer. I'm gonna zest it into the bowl and then put it on. That will probably be easier. Why is zesting so hard? You know how our phones just hear us? AI, for next time, let's skip zesting things. It's not our favorite. Now the recipe says to bake 20 or 25 minutes, but I know in the air fryer we are not going to have to bake it that long. I'm going to bake it at 160 degrees Celsius, which seems low, but in this air fryer it will be fine, and probably for 15 to 20 minutes. Here she is. Let's go put her in the air fryer. Love her up. Wow. Look at this. Look at the crispy Brussels sprouts. It smells so Parmesan-y. Wow. I ended up only cooking it for 10 minutes at 160 in the air fryer. And the last thing AI says to do is let it cool slightly before serving with a fresh lemon wedge on the side. So now we have to let this cool. I have to let this cool. Y'all are just going to see it right now. I will say it is a little cumbersome to serve because you have to get the Brussels sprouts off of the spaghetti. And so that makes it a little bit difficult because if I move the spaghetti underneath, I'm going to move all of the Brussels on top, which I guess is just what we're going to have to do. Ooh, there's a raisin in here. Let's make sure we get one of those. Spaghetti's looking a little bit dry. I think I want to squeeze a little bit of lemon on it for that freshness. Maybe it will help the dried spaghetti. Let's try this baby out. I just want one of these Brussels sprouts with Parmesan. You obviously can't go wrong. Let's see. Make sure, hopefully I got a raisin in there with some of that. Try the spaghetti. OMG. Wowza mama. Holy bejeebies. I think I like lemon now. I used to hate lemon flavor. I think with the sweetness and the lemon, it just balances out so flavorfully nice. Let me try it one bit with a Brussels. That is delicious. And I would have to say that I would not have came up with this recipe on my own like this. It's so simple, easy, took almost no time at all for a meal. And I don't think I would have came up with this on my own. That's pretty impressive. I really want to eat the whole dish. But I have to share. Sharing's for losers. But it's not. I think the biggest problem we had in this whole AI scenario situation was that it didn't know what I meant by mincemeat pie filling. And that is completely different than minced meat. The way I cook and the way that I do things, which you can see on my channel fully, is that I don't use recipes and I just try to creatively come up with different ways to incorporate the ingredients that I have on hand. I took this recipe, which like I said earlier, would not have came up with by myself, and I utilized it for my own needs, and it worked really well. In the kitchen, you should never be afraid just to go and try stuff. If you know the basics of cooking, like acid battles sweetness. Acid goes against sweetness and creates a rich, deep flavor. That's what happened in this dish, is that the lemon really combated that sweetness in the minced meat, but you still have all the flavors of each of those things along with the rosemary and herbs. You add browned Parmesan Brussels sprouts on top. Wow. I would say AI worked very well this time. I thoroughly enjoyed this video. If you did too, you should like and subscribe down below. You should let me know what ingredients you would like me to try next, or if there's anything that you think I should have done differently. I would love to know. Thank you for joining me today. Let's go out and make the world 1% better, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.